trail camera from Bow Creek Outdoors. Couldn't wait, had to put it in the woods right away. We also got a bag of their things. Check out their Instagram and Facebook. A lot of great products.
Bill Stair, and I'm JJ. We're Steeltown Outdoors.
What's going on, guys? It's Bill Stair, Steeltown Outdoors, and it's time for a little table talk. And right now, some of you guys, you might not have a clue in the world what we're getting ready to discuss, but some of you might be smirking saying, uh-oh, he's talking about me. We're going to talk about fishing a memory. Fishing memory lane 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 days ago, maybe 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. You fished there and you caught fish. And what I mean by fishing a memory, what it means is that guy, when you're driving to the lake, whether you're wading, whether you're fishing from the bank, whether you're getting on a boat, it doesn't matter. The guy that has it all figured out before you get there. He knows what he's throwing, where he's throwing it, how fast he's going to bring it in, how slow he's going to bring it. He has it all figured out. You didn't get there yet. You don't know what changed since the last time you were there and he caught those fish. But in his mind, those fish are just going to be there because the last time we were here, I threw a white Mr. Twister with a 1/4 ounce jig head. I burned that thing past that same rock over and over. You should see the pictures on my Facebook or my Instagram or my Twitter. They're amazing. What that says to me is he's a closed-minded fisherman. He nothing matters but the last time. And what you fail to realize is everything changes. We're trying to outsmart something in their environment, which is a hard thing to do. Fish don't find a home and say, oh, I think I'll stay here Monday through Friday. Maybe Friday, I'll invite my fish buddies over to drink some fish beer in my fish house. It doesn't work that way. Fish move with everything, whether it be seasonal changes, spawn time to fatten up for winter, time to do anything. Fish change. If the water rises, the water sinks. The temperature rises, the temperature goes down. Everything is a variable that you need to put into effect if you want to be, and forgive me for this, if you want to be a consistent fisherman. If you just enjoy going out, standing there at the same bridge pier that you've been standing, that your grandpa was standing at, that your dad was standing at, and now you're standing at, and casting that buzzbait, whether it be spring, summer, winter, fall, and that's therapy to you, and you like that, fine. I don't disagree with that. Any fishing is good fishing. If that's your getaway, that's your vice, I'm into it. I'm addicted to it. But I like consistency. I like to know when I go out, I'm going to catch fish, and if I don't, I did everything I could possibly do in my favor to give me the better odds to catch the fish. Some days it just works out like that where you can't get dialed in, you can't crack the code, and that's just how it happens. But I can't stand when you walk by that person that is throwing that roost tail over and over for 6-7 hours and doesn't catch fish, and you say, hey, how's it going? He said, oh, they ain't biting today. It's like, wait a second. Oh, you're only targeting hungry fish. If I only target them when they're hungry, I have a very short fishing day. I'll fish all day. If I come in off the river, off the lake, off the reservoir, and you ask me how to go, and I say, it was a bad day of fishing, it's not because of lack of effort. It's because I literally did everything I could, everything that I learned from people that are better than me, and from reading and watching videos and everything that I could possibly do to try to get dialed in, and it just did not work out for me that particular day. And the whole a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work. Yeah, but my bad day of fishing means I tried to rip my hair out to get on these fish, and it just didn't happen. But if I'm just sitting there throwing sorry, I keep using a twister tail. That's just kind of my go-to for this thing. I don't know why they actually do work. But if I'm sitting there throwing a twister tail at the same rock for 4, 5, 6 hours, and then I say they're not biting, or a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work, what I should say is a good day of wasting time is better than a good day at work. But I don't believe that, because at work I get paid to be there, and that pays my bills, which I have a couple. I don't know if you do or don't. It's not for me to decide, but I have bills, so I don't waste my time. My time is precious, and I love fishing, and I love catching fish. And there is absolutely nothing wrong if you like to go out, sit in your lawn chair, throw a worm on, throw a bobber on, and just relax. If that's your stress relief, I get it. But I'm reaching out to the crowd that may be a brand new fisherman. Maybe this is all strange territory for you. Maybe you never did it before. I've been doing it a long time, and I'm not a tournament fisherman. My goal is not to be the next Bassmaster Classic champion. I just have an addiction, and I love it, and I do everything in my favor to try to give myself the best odds when I'm out there, because I love the thrill of hooking a fish. I love my friends hooking fish. So I'm not knocking anybody who says, oh, you did, no, I'm just saying, if you want to become a consistent angler and you want to start catching more fish, use the odds against you, and those odds come in your favor when you just take a look around. Look up, look down, look left, look right. You'll become a better fisherman just doing that. Look down, see what's in the water. See what bait fish you see scattering when you're walking through, when you're casting, when you're just standing at the bank. Use that. Use the temperature. Check the temperature the day before. What's it now? Did it drop 3 degrees, 5 degrees? All that stuff plays an effect. When that memory that you have of fishing that rock or fishing that tree or that hole right there, remember what the conditions were when you were there. Was the river 3.9 feet clear, current flowing nice and slow? But you got here today, you had your plan figured out based on that time, but it rained 3 days ago. Now the river's 5 feet. The water looks like chocolate milk. The current is going like a bat out of hell, but you're doing the same thing. You see what I'm saying there? Change. Be willing to change with the environment, because the fish are. You look around and you notice when you're not catching any fish, you're out there hour after hour. Man, I don't know where they are. Well, the current's moving fast now. You were catching them off the top of every isolated grass patch that you hopped on going up the river. Now, they're not going to sit there and fight current. They need a current break. The water looks like chocolate milk. They want to be uptight the structure. It's simple things that will make you a better fisherman, whether you're trying to get somewhere in a new tournament club or you're picking up your first rod for the first time. Put some effort into knowledge. Every time you talk to someone out on the water, be a sponge. Listen to what they have to say, because they might tell you something that you can probably use to your advantage. And quite frankly, I can't remember the last time, whether with friends, family, or by myself, that I went fishing on a river or a lake or a reservoir and did not learn something. If I ever don't learn something, I'm going to get home and I'm going to look in the mirror and say, what happened to you? I learned something every time because I listen. And I'm not claiming to be this great fisherman. I'm not. What I'm claiming to be is a guy who's had a lot of great opportunities to fish with some great fishermen and to spend a lot of time on the water and do a lot of research, a lot of trial and error by myself. So I learned that a lot of the reason that when you go out fishing and you don't catch fish, which number one is the biggest reason that people turn away from fishing, because they have too many unsuccessful trips, and that gets old. That's kind of like always coming in second place. That gets old. So you want to go out, you want to catch fish, that's why you're fishing. Yes, it's great being out on the water, being free, being with Mother Nature, but at the end of the day, you want to have some fish to talk about. Whether they're big fish, little fish, 100 fish, 5 good fish, whichever. You want to have something to talk about, and the moral of the story is be an open-minded angler. That's all it comes down to. If you go in closed-minded, you're probably not going to do much better than you're doing. You'll catch fish because they live in the water, and that's where you're throwing bait, and they eat, they get hungry like anyone else, just like us, but you want to be consistent. So play every odd that you possibly can in your favor to beat something in its own environment. If you're fishing and the river goes up, think about where the fish might go. Maybe they'll, ideally, I've already, pre-fished or fished with a buddy on Tuesday. Come Thursday, conditions stayed about, identical, and we ripped them out of the same spot. But don't bank on it. Don't always, this is the only place we fish, this is all we throw, we'll get them. Be willing to change your pattern. And it doesn't have to be a crazy cost, it doesn't have to be all kind of fancy stuff. No, just change a little bit. Tweak what might happen. It might be something as simple as color, size, line size. If they're real finicky, you might need to go from 8 to 6 or 8 to 4, which is a tough thing to do, but you might, little tweaks that will change your ultimate result, that will help you become a better angler and will make you a more confident angler. Because if you're one-sided, that's all you can do. This is what I got, this is what I throw, no. I can go out and say, I know based off the time of year, I fish this body of water, all my life. I know generally what I'm going to be throwing. There's always exceptions to everything, but I know generally what is going to be thrown, what I'm going to have in a boat. I don't need to lug 28 years worth of tackle into this boat, bog it down. I don't need to do that. I know what is going to happen, what they're feeding on at this time, what the hatch looks like, what crawfish look like this time of year, what bait fish is their primary source of food. But when I get out there, I have to tweak sometimes color, size, speed, cadence. Cadence is a huge one with jerkbait. If you want to talk about cadence, that'll twist your brain out trying to figure out what cadence they want. But you gotta give them a chance to talk back to you. And to wrap up, the gist of this table talk is, when you go out fishing, no matter where, if your hometown lake, your hometown river, it doesn't matter. Things change, things around you change. Be willing to change with it. Be open-minded. If you want to be an angler that can go out and catch fish consistently, not just, luck. Now you're going to get me in another rant. Luck. Whenever you see a guy on a launch, whenever you see a guy anywhere, all they say is, good luck. Next time they say that, when you're really trying to do something and trying to become a better angler, have them keep all the luck to themselves. You need to have a basis of skill first. My skill told me that the fish are going to be positioned on this flat because of the water temperature, the water clarity, the time of year. So that's why I'm on this flat, throwing this bait. The luck came when it was a 6-pound smallmouth instead of a little dink. So yes, luck plays a role in fishing with everybody, but you have to have a basis of skill first. So whenever someone throws you their luck, just have them hold on to it for a little bit longer. But that's a whole nother topic. So we'll cover winter largemouth and smallmouth fishing at another table talk. We don't got the time today. So moral of this story, be optimistic. Don't make your mind up before you get to the lake. Be willing to change. Look around. See what's going on around you. Be willing to change with it. And if you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. It helps us a bunch. And we'll get with you next time. Table Talk, Steeltown Outdoors, Bill Stair.